We have arrived to Holy Saturday evening. We arrive at church, it is darkened. We get our candles. We sit in our pews and we listen to more of the prophecies and the story of Christ in the tomb. We are in watchful expectation, as we talked about before, and we wait for the moment at midnight when the night becomes day, the third day, the day that Christ is risen. This is the day of all days, the feast of all feasts. Jesus Christ has risen from the dead, victorious over death. He has done this for all of us. The priest comes out with a lit, beautiful Paschal candle, and he comes out of the sanctuary singing, "Come receive the light," the unwaning light, to glorify Christ who is risen from the dead. This is the most joyful moment of our whole lives, of the 365 days of the year. As Orthodox Christians, we wait for this day, for this moment when we can be renewed in our faith and remember Jesus rising from the dead. Christ is risen, the priest will proclaim to us, and we respond all together in a thunderous way. Truly he is risen. We sing the resurrection hymn many, many times over and over again to stay in that moment, to feel the joy and the new life. The tomb of Christ, the Kuvuklion, is pushed aside in the church. The cross is empty. It is also pushed aside. And the priest proclaims the gospel. I'd like to read you from the Children's Bible, the resurrection of Jesus at this time. The day after the Sabbath, very early in the morning, the women returned to the tomb. They brought precious perfumes to anoint Jesus' body, as was the custom of the Jewish people. But they were worried about how they were going to move that huge stone blocking the entrance to the tomb. But when they arrived, they found that the stone had been already rolled away. The entrance of the grave was open, and when they went in, they discovered that Jesus' body was not there. At that moment, two men in shining clothes appeared in front of them. The women were very frightened as they bowed low to the ground. They asked, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead? He is not here. He is risen from the dead." The women ran to the disciples immediately and told them everything that had happened, but the disciples did not believe them. "What is this nonsense you're talking about?" they said. Peter decided to see with his own eyes if the woman's story was true. So he got up and he ran to the tomb, and John ran with him. When Peter went inside the tomb, he only saw the stripes of linen cloth which had wrapped Jesus. Jesus was not there, and he went back home wondering what had happened. The angel said, "He is risen. He is not here." I want you to think of this on this beautiful Paschal day. We remember the icon of the descent into Hades when Jesus, the moment he was victorious over death, he reached out his hands to Adam and Eve. One day, Jesus is going to reach out his hands to us, and he will raise us from the tomb of our death. We must be watchful. We must get ready. We must be ready. Let us enjoy this beautiful Feast of Feasts. I wish you all a joyous Pascha. Christos Anesti, Christ is risen, and I look forward to seeing you all back in Sunday school in the months to come. Thank you.